Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing Zodiac series Aquarius. So you guys technically ended February 18th, so I'm a little bit late, but you know what? I'm not even stressed about it because I feel like you guys are not stressed about it and you guys are so chill and cool and just non-judgmental. We're a little late, but we're here. I was literally waiting for this t-shirt to come in. I feel like just these t-shirts, man, they're not letting me be great, but that's okay. We're here now and we are going to be talking all about Aquarius. So the zodiac sign Aquarius runs from January 20th through February 18th, and I love Aquarius. I know I love all the signs, but I really love Aquarius. I always joked around and said if I were ever to be reborn into another sign, my first pick would most likely be Aquarius because I really envy your cool vibes and your chill vibes. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm kind of like, even though I'm not your opposite, I kind of feel like I'm your opposite. So when people hear Aquarius, Aqua, they think water, but no, Aquarius are not water signs. They are fixed air signs, and that's super true because they aren't emotional like water signs. They are totally airy and free. Even them being a fixed sign, I feel like they're not even as extreme as like the other fixed signs. So Aquarians are ruled by two planets, which are Uranus and Saturn. And obviously everyone has a place in this world, but I feel like Aquarians truly make a difference in society and in today's day and age. So I know a couple of Aquarians. I have a best friend that's an Aquarius. My cousins are Aquarius. Kathleen Lights is an Aquarius, and I love her and I get along with her so well. They all kind of have that one similarity of just being super down to earth and cool and chill and just non-judgmental, which I feel like I totally appreciate because I feel like you can go up to them and tell them the craziest thing, the weirdest thing, and they're just going to accept it. I feel like the most similar sign to an Aquarius is a Sagittarius because they're both super cool and they're both really weird and they're both really random, but I feel like Sagittarius at the end of the day is a little bit more random than the Aquarius, but I feel like they both get along so well too because they're just so go with the flow kind of people, like just very lucky, cool. They're just the type of people that you can really open up to about anything, and I feel like they're really lucky when it comes to the career because they're just so positive and they're just so like not emotional. They're always really thinking and they're really strategic, so I feel like they always have that luck. Even though Sagittarius is the most lucky sign in the zodiac, I've always felt like Aquarius was, or maybe they're second most lucky because every Aquarius I know, yes, they're hardworking, so it's not like, maybe luck isn't the best word, but they work so hard but so effortlessly that it looks or it seems as if it would be luck. So maybe there's not really that they're lucky, they really just work hard for what they get, but they're the type of people that will just, like, let's say their job isn't really working out, they'll quit the job and then they'll just go get another one like that. They're not gonna be in their head about it. They're not gonna be, you know, like a Cancer second guessing, or like a Scorpio, you know, not trusting. Like, they are just so cool. Now I feel like their biggest drawback, because then, you know, you're like, wow, this seems like the perfect person, especially to date. But I feel like the biggest drawback to an Aquarius is the fact that because they're so airy, they're really detached when it comes to emotions and feelings. So it's not to say that they're heartless, because they're not. They care about their friends and they care about the people that they let in, but they're a little aloof when it comes to their feelings. So it's funny because I remember I had two friends who were both Aquarius and they were dating each other, and this is exactly how I feel when it comes to an Aquarius. They were so in love with each other while they were together, like especially one over the other. Like, one was really into it, would do anything for that other person, so obsessed, you know, really like emotional at times. But as soon as that relationship didn't work out, it was peace, deuces, sayonara. Wait, who was that? I don't even know their name anymore. Like, that's how cut off Aquarius could be. And mind you, it was a 3-year relationship, maybe 4, and it was a really invested relationship, like living together and all of that. But when an Aquarius says no mas, is no mas. They are cold when it comes to that. So maybe they'll be cool with you as friends, because that they will do, but as far as like taking another chance and trying again and love and all of that, you're gonna miss it with the Aquarius. So when it comes to relationships, I feel like the males in my family who are Aquarius, they're all like playboys. They're just playboys. They're the forever bachelors in my family. And so growing up, like, I didn't know about astrology and zodiacs, and I was just always like, why don't they, like, this one cousin of mine, like, why doesn't he want to settle down? And he's good looking, like a lot of women just like flock to him, but like, it's not that women didn't want him, it's that he didn't want to take anyone serious. But that doesn't stop him from having relationships or like situationships. He's always open with with the women, like, hey, like, I'm not really looking for anything serious. And he's older, but he's totally cool about it. Like, I wouldn't even look at him like, oh my god, gross. Like, I grew up like, wow, he's pretty dope, he's pretty cool, because he has like this really cool aura. He likes to party, he gets like the cool cars, and like, he's just that guy, you know? And I never understood it until I realized that he was an Aquarius. I also feel like if you text an Aquarius and they're really just not, like, not that they're not interested, but like they're the type to take long to answer back, or like forget that they even had to answer back to you. Like, if it's an ongoing conversation, it's cool, but then all of a sudden it's just like boom, cut off, and then like you won't hear from them from like a week. Like, my closest friend Brendan, like, you guys know if you watch my vlogs and stuff, like, he literally will just disappear, and it scares someone like me who's so dramatic and who's so crazy. Like, I remember one time I was waiting for him and he never showed up to my house, and I genuinely got super worried. As a Scorpio, I was like, no, wait a minute, like, it doesn't take that long to get to my house. And I got so stressed out. The next day he was like, oh yeah, I was just chilling with my friends, I got caught up at the bar, my phone died. I'm like, really? And he was like so unfazed about it. So that's an Aquarius. Like, at the end of the day, they're in the moment, they're fun, they're cool, super cool to be friends with an Aquarius. I feel like I totally value the relationship I have with him, because I can call him right now with the craziest situation and he's gonna open that door and not judge me. Even though we don't talk every day, it's like we link up and it's like we just rekindle that, and it's like we never stop talking. So I personally like that. And the strengths are that they're progressive, they're original, they're independent, and they're humanitarian. I feel like a trait that some Aquariuses have that some don't, maybe they just grow out of it, is being shy. So I know two different types of Aquarius, like one that's really silly and shy and like reserved and like random and like just weird, and then the other one who's like the party, central, cool, dope, funny, like not afraid to do anything. So maybe it's that they're born shy and then they just kind of grow out of it, or maybe they don't grow out of it. I really feel like that depends on their circumstances and how they were raised and just different things that happened in their life. Aquariuses are also really intellectual. They're really smart without even having to try hard. I feel like not in the sense of like book smart, because every Aquarius I know personally didn't do well with like school and like that kind of format. I feel like they're rebels when it comes to like conforming to society, but they're so intelligent. Even my best friend Brendan, like, he's so smart, but like I would have to push him to get to class, to college. He just didn't like college, but he was so smart. Like, it was almost as if he was too good for college. Like, he already knew the whole course, but just like struggling to get through the course was like painful. But he's so smart, you could talk to him about anything. They're like worldly smart. I feel like they're just street smart, worldly smart. I remember talking about love with an Aquarius, and this is like such a true Aquarius moment. We were talking about love and heartbreak and getting over a breakup, and for one split second, you know, we were talking and they were like, you know what, yeah, it's so upsetting, like I'm a little hurt. And that took a lot for them to say that. But then like right after that, they were like, but you know what, love is all in the mind, and you can get over anything that you want to get over. You know, you can overcome it with the power of the mind, and you know, the mind is so strong. I'm over here thinking about love in an emotional way because I'm a Scorpio, I'm a water sign. Like, I feel things so deeply, and so for someone to feel things so deeply and be so dramatic, talking to someone who's just so mental and just so in their mind and just so go with the flow, like, life's gonna be cool, life's gonna be chill, it'll be all right, you'll find someone else kind of thing. Like, it's so polar opposite, I feel like. So it's a good balance in a friendship, but had it been a relationship, I feel like the Scorpio, would feel like that person is detached, they don't really care about me, like I would second guess it. Even though that might not be true, they're not going to show it in the same way that a water sign would show it. I feel like they don't like to conform, they like the idea of freedom and just breaking those norms and barriers. And I think the reason why they're so cold is because they don't want to get hurt, but they do it so effortlessly. It's not like someone who's really feeling the emotion and is trying to repress them and trying not to show them. Like, I think this is just something that comes natural for them. And so I think that's what makes them so strong in careers and in friendships, because they're not gonna let their emotions get the best of them. And that's why I say, if I was ever to be reborn into another sign, I would love to be an Aquarius, because I would love to know how it feels to not feel so strongly. And it's not to say that they're not good friends or good partners, it's just that they're not going to cry all day about something. They're just not. I do know an Aquarius who's super like emotional when it came to just one particular person, but for the most part, they're just not gonna be crying about it. You might find the couple, or maybe you, that are emotional, but for the most part, they're pretty cold, or as I just say, just just chill, just cool, and just in their mind. I'm always gonna tell you guys to look up your other signs in your chart. They matter so much. Like if you're listening to this, you're like, oh no, I'm not that type of Aquarius. Maybe you have other placements in your chart that are completely opposite. But the Aquariuses that I've known, some of them are known to be kind of like cheaters, which like, don't kill me. Like if you're an Aquarius, you're like, no, I'm super loyal. I believe you, but I've known Aquariuses who cheated a couple of times. Not just one person, a couple. So I feel like they kind of like cover themselves up with these little white lies. I don't know, maybe it's a defense mechanism, maybe they just truly don't care that they're lying, but they also have like a little bit of like a miscommunication thing. Like they're not the best communicators. Like they're great to talk to and converse, but I'm thinking of it more in like a relationship standpoint. Like they're not gonna sit there for hours and discuss the relationship. Like they'd rather go have fun with you, and I think that's pretty dope and cool, but depending on how you are. So if you're dating an Aquarius, you let me know how that is. I've never dated one, so I wouldn't know. If you're gonna want to deal with an Aquarius, you're not gonna want to be clingy or boring. If you want to date an Aquarius, you want to be just down with the cause, go with the flow. Like they just like to have fun. They could be homebodies, but when they want to go out, like they want to have a good time. Like they want to laugh with you. So if you're not able to make them laugh, and if you're not really good at keeping up the conversation, like I feel like they're just gonna get bored with you and they'll go look for someone else. Like they're not gonna settle for someone who's boring. I personally feel like that. And so an Aquarius takes a really long time to really open up. So I feel like if an Aquarius has opened up to you and has shown that emotional side, is because they're being vulnerable, and I think that really means a lot, and you should really run with it because it takes a really long time for them to actually even get to that point. Because if you're not worth it, they're not going to open up to you. Like other signs, they'll just open up to you because you're giving them attention. But an Aquarius, like in order for them to see you as like a steady relationship kind of thing, you need to show that you're really stable, you're not clingy, you got your own thing, you're independent, you stand your ground. They're also super blunt. So if you don't like people who don't sugarcoat things, I don't know if you'd really like to hang out with an Aquarius. I feel like they're just really honest, but not in a really brutal way like a Taurus or a Scorpio. Like they're just really honest, and whenever they're honest with me, I always take it like, wow, like such a great friend for being so honest with me and speaking your truth and your mind. I truly value an Aquarius's standpoint because I feel like they really like to analyze things, and they're coming at it from a completely different standpoint than the way I think of things. I feel like Aquarius people tend to just be friends with everyone. Like it's not hard to be friends with Aquarius, so they're the type to make friends with people who normally other people don't want to make friends with. Does that make sense? Like if you ever hang out with an Aquarius and let's say it's their house party, you're gonna see a whole array of different kinds of people in that party because they don't judge. Like they're just gonna have different groups of people. They're not just gonna stick to what they know. I feel like they're just friendly with everyone, so they don't like to hate people and they don't like that kind of feeling. I don't even think they know how that feels. So I just feel like they're very open and really cool and chill, and if they want to be really fun, like they're gonna be the ones in the middle dancing, or they'll be like the wallflower just kind of observing and analyzing and just being chill, like not overthinking things, you know what I mean? So it says here that the best matches for an Aquarius is a Sagittarius, because it says both Sagittarius and Aquarius are cheerful, energetic, and vibrant signs that love adventure, variety, and unpredictability. Every time I think of Aquarius, I definitely think of Sagittarius, because a Sagittarius is not gonna smother an Aquarius, and I think like that's one of like the best matches because they both like to have fun and they both go with the flow and they're not gonna like strangle each other with emotion. It also says Libra because that's the fellow air sign to an Aquarius, and it also says Gemini. Both Aquarius and Gemini are fun-loving social individuals that love conversation, ideas, and variety of all facts. The worst matches are Virgo, Pisces, and Scorpio. So that's interesting. But yeah, someone just that's not in their feelings and who's not gonna smother or like try to tame an Aquarius, because I feel like they have so much to prove to the world and they have so much going for themselves that you can't stand in their way. Like they're not even gonna let you stand in their way, but don't even try it. So some famous Aquarius: Harry Styles, Ed Sheeran, Michael Jordan, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah, Justin Timberlake, The Weeknd, Shakira, Kathleen Lights, Abraham Lincoln, Jennifer Aniston, which, you know what? I never really saw Jennifer Aniston as an Aquarius. Like, if anything, I thought she would be like a Scorpio or something. But Aquarius, like, she's clingy AF. So I feel like she's the one that definitely has some other stuff in her chart, like a lot, because she's successful, which I get it for the Aquarius, but in relationships, like, she just can't seem to keep one, and she's never the one doing the cheating. They're always cheating on her or leaving her. That one really confused confuses me, but like Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres, like super successful people who are not letting nobody get in their way, and they're gonna stand their ground, and they really stand up for like what's right. Like they want to change the world. Gucci Mane, that's funny. J. Cole. So just like a really wide variety of people. Like a lot of YouTubers are actually Aquarius, and I just think they're really fun, cool, funny people who are really intellectual and non-judgmental. They're not uptight or snotty or anything like that. So of course, like I said, there's good sides and bad sides. So there are those that just defy all of the common traits for the sign, but I feel like that's totally the gist of an Aquarius. Fun, cool, chill, happy, good times. Like if you want to party with someone fun, party with an Aquarius. They know how to get down. So the look that I went for today is this like blue and orange eye to match the water bearer, which is their symbol. So it's an electric blue wing liner with some orange in the crease and just like a matte nude lip and pretty matte skin, but I really just wanted the focus to be the blue liner. I feel like no matter what look I would have done, the Aquarians would not judge me, and I totally love that and value that. Like I could have done an electric yellow and green look and Aquarians would be like, that's dope, that's cool, I like that, you know, like they're just so cool and like just go with the flow. But I really wanted to do the royal blue because I feel like that's their lucky color. Even though they're not water signs, every time I think of Aquarius, I think of a royal blue. Kathleen is just like the prime example. Like Aquarius can literally rock anything and everything, and it's always dope and it's always effortless and cool, and it's just perfect. Like she's such a hard worker, and she's someone that I look up to, especially when it comes to her YouTube, and I value her as a friend first and foremost. Like she took me in as a friend. Not that I was surprised, because I know that in her YouTube channel she's so sweet, but trust me, there are a lot of people who are sweet on camera, but in person it's a whole nother story. But I feel like she was even nicer and 100 times even cooler in person as a friend than just on camera. So I remember sitting down with her and just being able to talk to her for hours, and anytime I think of an Aquarius, I think of Kathleen, of course. So enough of me rambling. If you're Aquarius, you better show out in the comments and leave me an Aquarius zodiac symbol. You guys have to let me know what your sign is. When I do your sign, please show out, because I'm really dying to know like what I have the most of. Like, do I have the most Scorpios? Do I have the most Gemini, Taurus? Let me know if you're an Aquarius. Do you date an Aquarius? Have you dated an Aquarius? Let me know your personal opinions on Aquarius, whether it's you or someone you've dated or your brother or your sister or your mother. Just let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video and this tutorial. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we are going to get started with the ColourPop Kathleen Lights collaboration palette. This is the Dream Street palette. And I'm first taking the shade Shooting Star, which is this really pretty neutral shade. It looks a lot more neutral in the palette. It pulls a little bit warmer on the skin. And I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush, and I'm just using this as my transition color. Then I'm going to take the shade right next to it, which is more of like a peachy shade, on the Beauty by Rosita blending brush, just to really diffuse that color, make it nice and blended. And then a white cream shade, just a little bit right on the lid. For the liner, which is the star of the show, I'm using the Morphe gel liner. This one is new. This is in Vitamin C. So they recently just extended their colors. They always had a black. Now they have really pretty fun colors like purple, and I love this blue. I did go over it a couple of times to really make it vibrant, and I really took my time just perfecting the liner throughout the whole look, and I really liked it. So I used just like an angled brush, and I made the wing pretty long because it is like the star of the show. You can also do like glitter on top of the liner. I think that's a really pretty fun look too, which I think I'm going to do a video like that. But yeah, I'm just doing a standard wing. And then I took the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette. I took the orange, again on the Beauty by Rosita brush, just for a little extra color. And then I wanted a little bit more definition, so I'm using Makeup Forever. It's like a cool tone shadow right in the crease with a smaller brush. Now I did my liner and then I'm continuing my shadow, which means I'm gonna have to go over the liner just to make it vibrant again. But I like doing this because then I can really see how much definition I really want and how much of my crease actually shows. And then I'm taking this orange shade from Makeup Forever and I'm just going over that all. I wanted a little bit of warmth. You can make this super orange, like a super orange and blue look, but I just wanted a touch of it. Then I'm just touching up the cream shade on my lid, and I went over the blue liner off camera. For lashes, we're going to be using the Ardell Demi Wispies, but these are the Studio Effects ones, so they have like a little extra flare. I popped on some mascara, and then I'm just applying my lashes, and I use the Chanel Le Volume Mascara. I like these lashes because they're full and voluminous, a little more full than the regular Demi Wispies, but they're not going to cover the whole entire eye look. Now I'm using the Farsali Unicorn Essence Tears for a primer around my whole face. And then I'm also going to be using the Dr.brandt Pores No More just to mattify around my nose and to really hide those pores. For foundation, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. This has been my go-to. It's been my favorite. I love it. And I really like doing this with a brush and then using a beauty blender around the areas where I'm a little bit more sensitive or dry. I feel like I get the most coverage that way, and it just looks the best. For concealer, I'm mixing 2 different shades to really, really cancel out any darkness under my eyes. And I'm also applying that to the center of my face for some added brightness. And I really like doing a neutral and a really light yellow shade under my eyes because I feel like it gives me the most coverage. And then I'm going to set that with the Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm also going to bake around my mouth, and then we're going to set the rest of the face with the Sephora collection powder. I loved this combination, this foundation with this powder. It looks so flawless. For contour, you guys know I've been now loving this contour. It's Saddle by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm first taking that on a Zoeva Luxe contour brush. I think for this color it was just too pigmented, so I should have used a bigger brush, but I made it work. And then to bronze up, I'm using MAC MSF in Dark All Around with a Tom Ford brush. I'm wiping away the bake with a Real Techniques setting brush. And then I'm going to start contouring my nose. Again, I'm still using the Saddle from Anastasia. Very pigmented, so you want to be very light-handed with this kind of bronzer or slash contour. But I think I'm just so in love with the shade and how it chisels me out. And then I'm applying some of that face powder right in the middle to like brighten that up again. I applied some Fix Plus, and I'm just blending that all in with a beauty blender, and here I'm going over the liner. For a highlight, I'm using the Anastasia Amrezy highlight. It's so blinding. It's been my new favorite. It can tend to look a little bit like, I don't know if it's green on me, but as long as I blend it out really nicely, then it's just fine. But I do have to make sure I blend it out really, really well. And then I'm applying that to my nose and pretty much my whole face, with different brushes just everywhere. To brighten up under my eyes, I'm using a yellow powder, and that one is from Marc Jacobs. And then I'm going to line my lips. I'm using MAC Lip Liner in Oak, which has also been my new favorite. And then for lips, I'm going to use Aquarius 2. I had to use Aquarius from ColourPop in collaboration with Kathleen Lights because, she's an Aquarius. And I chose 2, and it's a really pretty pinky shade, but I wanted to give it a little bit more of a neutral vibe, so I applied NYX London right on top. For mascara, of course, I'm going to use MAC Extended Play Giga Black Mascara on my lower lashes and also on my falsies to mend them with my real ones. And I'm just kind of fixing that nose contour a little bit and just blending everything out just a little bit more with that same Tom Ford brush, and then with another clean brush just to make sure everything looks smooth. A little bit of cream eyeliner in the waterline, and that is the entire look. I loved how it came out. I love the skin, how my skin looked this day. Like, I just love the combination of those products. I love how this look is still neutral but a little bit different. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.